day or evening, depending on where you're watching from. We had a very low-key day today. It was just Glenn and myself, as the family from Connecticut always has Thanksgiving in Connecticut. So there may be an issue tonight during my live because the iPhone just did an upgrade or to the settings or whatever, and I cannot for the life of me figure out how to put do not disturb on my phone. So if that occurs, I really do apologize, but it could. So, because I haven't heard from our grandsons yet. So, and then our other son is at a friend's house for Thanksgiving. So again, I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving, and now we're on to Christmas. So I thought I would bring out the paper pumpkin from October called Ho Ho Ho, and it's 9 cards. I'll show you a little bit what they look like. They're very detailed for paper pumpkin. I did all that stamping here. The card bases are really nice, and here you can see where I used limited edition stamp set. Hold on just a second, my laptop's not working here. I just want to make sure the lighting is good because it doesn't look like it is. Yeah, I guess it is. Okay, so I used the limited edition stamp set, which I'll show you in a little bit. But this one's really cute. 'Tis the season to be jolly. Nice little Santa here. So I'll show you the Santa that I messed up on, and then I actually stamped and colored this one with their Stampin' Blends. I went outside of the line and tried to use a color lifter. I'm not very good with a color lifter yet, but it does serve the purpose, and I did fussy cut out the Santa, so it wasn't really very hard at all. So this would, the stamp here is pretty, you know, it's on a D block here. And you could mass produce this little Santa very easily and cut it out just like that. So just a little bit of advice there. And then here's the cute matching envelope with nice little stripes there. And on the inside, we've got stripes as well. So that's one of the cards we'll be making. The next one here is Merry Christmas. This will be the first one, I think. Yeah. Merry Christmas again with the Santa, but that is a die cut, so that'll be super easy. And these snowflakes are really nice too. They're kind of got a little shine to them. And then tis the season to be jolly. I added that one with the stars in the snowflake. All right, and then this is a really cute envelope. It looks like it's crumb cake, and then there's nice little stripes here on the inside of the envelope here, so pretty fancy. I really love that pattern. And then here's one called Ho Ho Ho, Santa Claus is coming to town. This one challenged me. I'm not sure why. I guess I just couldn't, I had a hard time reading, excuse me, the instructions, so I kind of went with it. And I'm not sure if I'll do the correct instructions for you guys tonight, but I'll do it Karen's way. And then here's the Ho 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 on the inside, again with the stars and the snowflake. And I kind of had ink on my hands for some reason, made with love, stamping up on the back side. And then I had more ink on my hands. And then here is the Santa with the reindeer. And on the inside here is really pretty blues and some kind of splatter stars and more splatters. So really fun envelopes this month. All right, so Paper Pumpkin, it's a monthly subscription. And this is the next one here. Good things come in small packages. You always have to register by the 10th of the month, always. So December 10th is the last day you can register for good things come in small packages. You can register through me, and I know this, you cannot see that. I can scroll or scan in a little bit. You could take a snapshot with your phone if you're interested in Paper Pumpkin. This is my direct link to my store. You can subscribe to Paper Pumpkin once a month, 3 months, 6 months for a full year. I subscribe every 6 months. And so I just totally lost my train of thought. Anyway, Paper Pumpkin, $23 a month, and it's a subscription. Oh, that's what I wanted to say is you can say you don't really care for the month that's coming out, you can pause your subscription, or say you're going on vacation, or maybe you have a medical issue, or you're just visiting family, what have you. You can always pause your subscription and then reactivate it at any time, as long as you do that before the 10th of the month. All right, so that's good things come in small packages. All right, and then my weekly special Thanksgiving is for thankfulness. So as a thank you to my customers that's supporting my Stampin' Up! Business, I am offering a host code from November 23rd to the 30th, and it's HRNHF9B6. Now, I wish we could come up with our own numbers, but that's a Stampin' Up! Official host code number. So what I'm offering until the 30th is if you purchase $35 or more, I've got the red rhinestone jewels. And then for $100 or more, you can get both. So the rhinestones and the ribbon. Now, I actually have these in stock in my craft room. The red rhinestones are on my desk. So I'm going to just go grab them so you can kind of see what they look like. All right, so here are the rhinestones, and here's the ribbon. Now, I can take the ribbon out really easily, and I can kind of take these out too, being very, very careful, because these will probably be going to maybe you that's watching. Okay, so here are the red rhinestone basic jewels, just in time for Christmas, or you could do Christmas and Valentine's Day because they're all red. Okay, so I think there's, let me see, how many are in here? 220 of the same size. All right, so that's our red rhinestones. Put that back in the envelope a little bit later tonight. And then here is the real red and garden green ribbon. Now I'm going to, I don't want to take these out because I only have the red left, but it's garden green and real red. It's a combo pack, so there's 5 yards on each of the spools. Whoa, I'm way too close. Sorry about that. So there's green and red and St. Patrick's Day, Valentine's, and Christmas, right? All right, so let me just put these back in the little bag here, and we're going to get started with the paper pumpkin for October. Oh, hold on, my cat needs to go out. Go. She comes in and visits me, and then I start talking to you guys, and then she wants to leave. So she was trying to sleep, so I think that's what she wanted to do. All right, next up is just quickly, here's the mini catalog and celebration. If I'm going to be closing out my order with Stampin' Up, that I'm direct shipping all of my catalogs to my customers from Stampin' Up. So if you would like to get on the bandwagon and would like a catalog from me, and you're not working with a current demonstrator, or if you're a current demonstrator, you will get your own copy, and maybe you already have it if you've gone to On Stage. And I know some of them are being received by demonstrators right now, and that's one of the perks. If you're a demonstrator, you can receive your catalogs earlier and pre-order before customers a month in advance. So always a great deal to be a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, hobby for sure. And just to save the 20% is reason enough to join. But anyway, if you would like a catalog, you'll need to email me, and I will put that in. You have to be, of course, in the US. And my new email address is Karen@inspiredbygram.com. So if you would like one, just send me an email. I'll add you to the list. The last day I'm going to be, let's see, the 30th of the month's last day we can actually do that. But I'm actually ordering a ton more. So if I miss you, we'll get you some as soon as I can. All right, so here's the stamp set for Ho Ho Ho. I'm putting it on a white paper here so you can kind of see it. I'm using 9 of the stamps out of 11. So did a pretty good job doing that. what I have in front of me. I'm just going to go through and kind of show you what I have on my desk to help me stay organized. Hopefully, you guys know sometimes I don't. But oh no, I'm getting like spammed again, you guys. Can somebody report that that's watching? So if you look at the comments, there's some really rude comments, and I think if you click on them, or there's maybe some dots, you can report those. And that would be great if you can. If you can't do that, then don't worry about it. Okay, so for me in front of me, I like to have this little cup here, which holds all of my, actually the backings of the dimensionals are a great thing, but any of my waste that I have. And then I've got my paper pumpkin box here, and I'll open it. I've already opened it and kind of went through it. It's really not in any particular order. But here's the instruction sheets. All right, and then I'm not sure if you're familiar with Paper Pumpkin, but it will show you the instructions for card number 1. In the middle is 2, and then 3. Also has a ruler on the side here, so if it's requiring you to measure ribbon or linen thread or anything like that, you have that ruler. And then on the back side, it gives you some alternatives if you wanted to make different cards. And also it's going to tell you what the kit components are. So 9 cards and 9 envelopes. It also gives you the Stampin' Up! Colors that are being used for this month, which are Bermuda Bay, Cherry Cobbler, Crumb Cake, Early Espresso, Shaded Spruce, Sweet Sorbet, and Very Vanilla. I did not think Very Vanilla because there's white in here. I don't know about the Very Vanilla, but I went with white, and I'm pretty sure that might be a typo because I don't see any vanilla. But anyway, that's your Paper Pumpkin instruction sheet. It's great because it's in color. Okay, what else is in here? We've got our mini glue dots, and as you can see, I did not use my other adhesive tonight. I'm going to be using the glue dots. These actually look bigger than normal, so they're much easier to use. So I don't know if Paper Pumpkin has changed that or not. I got a full sheet of Stampin' Dimensionals, and this is, you can see how many I've used for the projects I've already made. The ink spot for this month is called Early Espresso. I'm actually using my own Early Espresso. I save these for my in-person class, or if one of my customers would like a sample of Early Espresso, I can send this to them as well. All right, so now how do I get organized and stay organized with Paper Pumpkin or any kind of like kit component? So I have these little baskets here. And then I know they're like really close to you guys. Let me just zoom out again. I think I'm as far out as I can, but they're just little baskets here. So I like to put the components in there. So we got Santa, and this is the one I actually used stamped this, and I really did a poor job. So that's why I stamped in basic white and colored it in the sample card with real cherry cobbler. But I'm not going to be using this one, so I'm going to put that one off to the side because it is a hot mess. So there's vellum here, so we're going to be needing this, and I should have 2 of those left. The O for joy we don't use. And then there's different size snowflakes here, and the glue dots work really perfectly in the center of that snowflake here. So a few different sizes. So what I'm doing is I'm just kind of putting them in the basket, and I try to stay as organized as I can. These are, they're very vanilla, but I don't know where they went, where they're supposed to go. And I missed that. So we'll be looking out for these. Here are the card bases. So we've got 2 of these. And then it looks like I've got some snowflakes here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these out as I, whichever comes up next is I'm going to just take them out. And I'm going to I'm putting them in the bins here. So my snowflakes are going to go in this bin because they're all the same. All right, so got quite a few here. And you got to take them out very gently because they are fragile. They're very thin. Okay, and then here's another one. Here's some really smaller ones. So there's 3 different sizes, a large, medium, and a small. All right, just be really careful. And here's the medium one. And looks like I've got one little one left. Now, let me just show you what's left of the paper. So if you kind of like me, there's like spots here which you can punch out a shape or die cut out a shape. So don't throw this away. Make sure you use up these areas here because it's useful. All right, for some kind of highlighting maybe. And then we've got the ho ho ho, which you probably can't see. So let me just put that right there. The ho 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 die. And we've got Mary. And here's the Santa, which is not stamped. So I'm going to be stamping Santa. I gotta fix my box over here. Hold on just a sec. Okay, and here's another Mary. And what I'm doing is I'm putting my, I'll show you in just a second, my vellum pieces in one in the snowflakes. And then anything that is paper is going in another bin. All right, and here's another one. Okay, ho, ho, ho. All right, so now here are the die cuts. We've got another Santa. This O we won't be using. A Y and a J. And then here's a nice little banner. It looks like that. And there's different sizes of the stripe pattern here. Here's a really long one. And then this piece. This is the one that was so confusing to me. I'm pretty sure you don't need this piece here in the middle. You just need the frame. Hopefully, that's how I did it. I will save that just in case. And so we've got another banner here. And this is kind of what I would do if I was mass producing a project or cards or maybe craft fair items. I make sure I get everything done, cut ahead of time, and then I sort them, and then I do the same thing. Like I'm only focusing on one thing, and that right now that is getting everything organized. The next step I might do is probably stamp, but I'll show you how I kind of mass produce. All right, got to get that frame out of there. And I'll save this. I'm not sure why, but I'm going to save it. Here's one of the die cuts too, which I don't know, so you can see a little bit better right there. That's super fun. I like this. And we've got 2 of them to use. There's a bunch of banners here in shaded spruce, some long strips, some blank whites, and then here's one, a medium one, that is etched. Well, it's got ink color all the way around here, and I honestly, my eyes are so old that I don't know if it's a blue or a green. So let's call it, we can call it whatever we want. Here's another die cut that's super fun. And then looks like we've got some more card bases. We've got 2 of these. And then this is another piece for one of the cards, and that is with the Santa and the sleigh. And then we've got 2 more card bases. And all the envelopes are here. So I'll put those aside. I'm going to be stamping on some of the envelopes. But that's kind of what they look like. I really like this. I really like this one, right? Super pretty. All right. Of course, we always get this chipboard in the box. It helps keep everything flat and not like get destroyed in the mail. And then the tissue paper color for this month is green. So of course it's works with Christmas, and I'm going to save this box because it makes a nice little box to wrap things in and put gifts in. So, all right, now We're going to start with card number 1, which let me get in front of so you can kind of see which one is 1. It is this one right here. So this is the one we're going to focus on first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find my card bases, which is the brown, 2 of these, and my envelopes. Let's work with the one I love the best. Okay. Here's that limited edition stamp set that I talked about earlier in the beginning of my live. So if you are selling your cards that you make with Stampin' Up! Products, you will need to abide by the Angel policy, and it's a copyright policy. And this stamp covers it. So you can stamp with anything that has the copyright Stampin' Up! Logo here to abide by this Angel policy, which I'm using right now is the one that says made with love, and then here's the copyright Stampin' Up. So if you are selling anything that's got the Stampin' Up paper, stamps, what have you, you need to have this stamped on the back or someplace on your project. So it's a great stamp set too, because you can actually make things. Let me just show you. I forgot to tell you that. So these images here, it can be just used as standalones, right? And you could always mask the Stampin' Up! Logo here if you just want this part, and just put a piece of Post-it note paper over the Stampin' Up!, ink up, and then remove it, and then you will have just this image here inked up, and this one will not be. So maybe we'll try that one time in the future. Okay, so I have these 2 ready first. I gotta move some stuff here. So what I would do first is I'm going to make my space a little bit bigger and more room. So I'm going to just burnish these. So now I have more space in front of me. Normally I would have my whole desk, but when I'm doing a video, it's really hard to do that. It's basically about 11 by no more than 17 inches. Okay, so then we need this panel here. So that's the super fun one right here. So let's grab both of those. And we need the next piece up. We need the banner. Okay, which is right here. There's one. And then here's the other one. And then we need the smaller stamping banner there. That one's really hard to find here. Okay, this one actually, this paper pumpkin has a lot of pieces to it. All right, we need the Mary. So here's Mary. And then here's the other one. The snowflakes I'm going to get later. And we need 2 snowmen. And that snowman's going to make me really nervous to stamp it because there's not a lot of wiggle room I found. Okay, so now let's do our stamping next. So we'll need these 2 pieces, these, the card bases. This is how I stamped that one. And the envelope, I just did not do anything on this one because it's pretty enough. All right, so let's move these over out of the way. All right, when we're working with the photopolymer stamps, we definitely need to use some kind of cushion. And I find that the Stampin' Pierce mat works perfectly. And I always like to put some scrap paper down on my work surface as well. So here's the Santas, the banners. And let's see, the inside of the cards are over there. I'll do those last. Okay, so let me get these in front of me. I'm doing the Santas last because I'm a little nervous about that. All right, I'm going to work with my own Early Espresso, but you will get a Stampin' Spot and the Christmas here. So it is a bit solid, so you definitely need to make sure that you are inked up nicely, which I am. But just make sure you take your time with that. And this is going to be really hard because I can't see white on white. So hold on. Let me just try to find... I'll use the envelope. It's very, very hard to see white on white. So let me just ink up again. And then I'm going to stamp as straight as I can off. It's very hard to do when you're at an angle. Okay, and then we're going to stamp another Christmas. Whoops. Let me try again. Oh, got that one crooked. Really bad. I guess it's not that hard. Let me just go white on white because I'm just not doing as good as I thought I would. Okay, that's really bad too. Oh, actually that's not too bad. It is what it is. Okay, let's see if I can make Santa a hot mess or if I can get him to stamp good too. There's not a lot of wiggle room like I had mentioned, so let me get this out of the way. I guess just stay focused. Oh, I can't see. I'm taking this off. Okay. So I'm hovering over the Santa and I'm looking at the beard at the bottom and I'm trying to look at the hat, the pom-pom, and I hope I'm lined up. Normally I would have my head a little bit further, but you don't want to see my head in the camera. Actually, I didn't do too bad, right? He looks so fun. And then let's try that one more time. Oh, I did that one. I stamped that one really well too. So if you recall, I did make a mess on that first one. So if you do, that's that piece that I didn't know what to do with. So let me show you what I did using some basic white earlier tonight. So I just stamped the Santa in Early Espresso. And then I just took my Cherry Cobbler Dark and I went around the edges here with my Stampin' Blends really carefully. Now, we want to be careful around the Early Espresso because it's not the Memento Black. Okay. And then I use the light Cherry Cobbler. All right. And I'm just going to fill this in real quick. Okay, and then for his face, what I used was, let's see, one of the skin tone colors. I am choosing the SU800. So I'm going to just, I'm going to do it a little bit differently. You can see Santa has some red cheeks there. I'll try to actually make the red cheeks, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to do it like the die cut is. Oops. I want to just kind of go like this. And then that nose is going to get colored as well. And the color I used, I think I used, I'm going to use a light flirty flamingo. Let me see what it's going to look like. Yeah, I'm going to wing it. There, you can kind of still see that there's little cheeks there. All right, so let me just bring it up a little bit closer. And then here's the Santa that I stamped. So a little bit different coloring, but you can use whatever skin tones that you would like. And you could definitely stamp a ton of these, color them, and use them as some kind of embellishment. I really like that Santa. Okay, so that is how I stamped him. And now I think I've got one more thing to do, and that is the inside of the cards. So we make sure that we're opening the correct way. What I stamped was "'Tis the Season to be Jolly," and that's a really long stamp, okay? Sentiment stamp. So you definitely have to put it on diagonal, and it barely fits on a D block, but it does fit. So I've got this "'Tis the Season to be Jolly." And then I wanted to just jazz it up with some of the stars. So stamp those up there. And then a snowflake. And those both come in the stamp set. All right. Now we can stamp the other one as well, because we are mass producing, right? All right, 'tis the season to be jolly. Stars. And this snowflake. Now remember that limited edition stamp. I'm going to turn this over. Now this is going to be the back side, okay? I've got my Made with Love Stampin' Up. And I'm going to just stamp that. It's really hard to get this like straight. But it's because I have that cling stamp. The sticker on just a little bit. It's a little bit off, so I really have to remember to turn it. Just so. All right, that one's a little bit better. All right, we have all of our stamping done, and now it's just time to put everything together. So let me just close up my ink pad here so I don't make a hot mess. And I'll get rid of this. So we'll need our card bases, and we will also need these die cuts. So we're going to grab the dimensionals, and they are popped up. So what I did was seemed like they were very stingent in where they were placing the dimensionals. So I didn't like how the first one ended up, and they had you just put them in all four corners. I think it buckles a little bit right in there. So I'm going to put a little bit more of the dimensionals on than what the instructions say. So I didn't really like how that kind of bent in the middle. All right, so get those three on the bottom. Now, these over here, the dimensionals are a little bit too big. So all you need to do is take your snips and cut them in half, and then you can, they'll fit much better. Now this might be a little overkill. Some of you guys are saying way too many dimensionals, Karen, right? But I really didn't like how it buckled. So I'm going a little bit overboard with my dimensionals. Okay, so now the big step is to take all those backings off, right? Oh wait, no, we got to do this one too. Okay, so again, we're going to put, this one barely fits, but it does fit. Putting them in all four corners. I'll try not to use as many on this die cut as I did on the first one. So let's do one here, and then one here, one here. Probably gonna be even do more, I don't know. And then I'm gonna cut some in half with my paper snips. Let me just cut right up here. I love the paper snips because they are so precise. They're very sharp, so you have to be really, really careful that you don't poke yourself or accidentally cut yourself. I've done both of those things, and it's not recommended. All right, so I'm just going to put two in the middle there, and then over here. So I think this will, even though we've got a ton of dimensionals on here, I really think it's going to be much better than the previous sample. And I forgot that. So let me grab those. Okay, so now the quickest way to take your backings off your dimensionals is with your Take Your Pick tool. You can just stab them, and then they stick right on the pointy part. And sometimes they can go super fast, and sometimes I can't. It all depends on the paper. And since this is a die cut, I'm going a little bit slower than normal. And usually I don't have as many dimensionals too. So it looks like I need to take 2 rounds of the backings. Okay, so let me just grab these. Okay, so that is the first step. I'm going to take the backings off the other one too, because that's what my brain is thinking. So if I had 10 of these, I would put all the dimensionals on, and then I would take all the backings off, and then we'll add this to the card base. I don't know if you're on my email list, but I did send out an email that about, I don't know, an hour ago saying I was coming on live, and that we are looking for helpers to help create Christmas cards for local agency. Oh, sorry. Agency that is providing holiday baskets for the needy in our area, or my area actually. And I'm going to be donating 350 Christmas cards. And that's really sad because that means there's 350 families that are needy in our area. But I figured, I know in the past, because I've lived here around 6 years actually as of yesterday, I know that the holiday baskets are really nice, but they never went out with a Christmas card in them. So I'm thinking there's a lot of card makers out there that might want to help out. So if you're not on my email list and you would like to help out, maybe make 10 cards and send them to me. I'll send you the link so you could register. The only thing is they're due to me by December 3rd, because I need to get them, that's a Saturday, and I need to get them to the organization on Monday, the December 5th, because they have to sign all of them. So I want to give them enough time so they could sign them. So if you're interested, let me know. You can email me at Karen@inspiredbygraham.com. Okay, so that is that. We've got both of them in front of us, right? The next layer up is that really massive big star, snowflake, I mean. So here's one, and let me grab another one. And these are stuck on just with the glue dots, so very easy. And let me just flip this over. And they go right in the center here, and that's the only place you need to put the glue dot, okay? Then it really helps if you have a hard time taking the backings off these, use your fingernail and just press in the center. And then it should just come right off, see that? So I use my take your pick all the time to take those backings off. Now this snowflake is just gonna get adhered right over here. And then here's this one. There's no rhyme or reason what angle, you could just stick it on there. The next step is the banners. All right, so these need your dimensionals. And where'd they go? Here they go. So I'm just going to use 2 of them. And I'm bringing them in about 1/2 inch from the edge. That way I don't need to use 3. We'll take those backings off. See how quick and easy that was? If you don't have the take your pick tool, you should. All right, now this is going to go like kind of in the middle. And you can tell if it's straight or not by this image or this shape right here. All right, and then we're going to do this one. Let's see, right about here should be good. The next thing is the Mary. So we'll flip these over, and these will have glue dots as well. And you want to just basically look for an area that's got a lot of paper on it. You can probably get away with 3 glue dots. So 1 on the edge, each edge, and 1 in the middle. Let's see, put this one right there. And then 1 right here. All right, then You can press them down with your thumbnail, and then they should just kind of pop off. Oops. They should. Sometimes they are a little, have a mind of their own. Okay, so that one's all set. Come on, baby. There we go. You could, if you really don't want to use the glue dots, I would say just get your liquid glue, and that should work as well. But I'm really trying to use the glue dots because that's what they're meant for. The kits are meant for people that don't have a lot of products in their craft room, and maybe they're trying to gain a little bit of supplies, because with Paper Pumpkin, you always are left with extras, which I really, really like. All right, so now we're going to take the Christmas, and this is popped up with dimensionals. Now, it was really hard to get this to be here. I'm good this time. Oh man, that's a hot mess. Yeah, okay. I'm going to cut the dimensionals in half, and that way they should go on. Oh, here's some right here. It should go on a lot better. So you just need 2 on each one. And this card, doing 2 of them at the same time, it takes a little bit of time, doesn't it? But there's a lot of pieces in this card, so we're getting there. Okay, so then we'll slide this one right up against the banner. I'm going to try to bring it in so it's not lined up with the point of that banner. We'll just slide it up and try to get underneath the letter, and let's line it up with the edge. Okay, oops, let's get that on top. Okay, so that's the Christmas. And then we're going to slide this one over. All right, looking pretty good. The Santa, that one has 2 dimensionals. And we'll just put them more towards the middle. That way you can get away with not having to add 3. I think this is the last piece. The Santa just gets slid underneath the banner there, and on top of that edge of the point of the snowflake. Isn't that cute? You could add Wink Stella as well to make the Santa hat shine. So that's, I don't know if I have my Wink Stella. Yes, I do. Let me just grab it here. So I'm going to make the little Santa's hat sparkle with the Wink Stella. So we'll get that there. And we'll just color this one. I know you probably won't be able to see it, but I'll bring it up to the camera so you can see the sparkle. Okay. Let's see. I don't know if you can see it, but there's the hat, Santa hat, and it is sparkling with the Wink Stella. All right, so that is card number 1, and here's that matching envelope. No, that's not the one. This one is the one. So it's got those little snowflakes on them. All right, so now I have 3 cards for the holiday Christmas baskets. That's good. We're going to end up with 9 cards, so that'll be awesome. Okay, so I'm going to put those over off to the side. The next card is going to be this one here with the envelope with the Santa and the reindeer. So let's grab the envelopes, which are over here. And while we're at it, I'm just going to fold these down so I have a little bit more room in front of me. Then the card bases. And And I will grab my bone folder and just burnish those down carefully. Okay, and then let's see, what will I need? I am going to need, let's see, the smaller banner. So we have this one and this one here. We need the frame. We need the etching that's got the blue or green around it. I think it's blue, but my eyes are not great. We need ho, ho, ho. Okay, and there's the other ho, ho, ho. I think that's, oh, we need a snowflake, but I'll get that one. I don't want to lose it, so it's going to stay in the bin. All right, we need these two pieces as well, these two. Okay, so we're going to do stamping. So we need to use our piercing mat once again. So I'm going to just push all that over there. And we will stamp the banners first, and then we'll stamp everything else. All right, so Santa Claus is coming to town, and again, we're going to be using the early espresso. And let me just find the Santa is coming to town. There we go. All right, let's see if I can get this straight. Okay, so there's the Santa's coming to town. I'll put those off to the side. Then we have the Santa and the sleigh, and we're gonna make sure the blue's at the top. And then we're gonna ink up the sleigh and the reindeer. And we kind of want it to go up in the sky. Okay. Oh, shoot, but that's okay. We're going to get covered that up. So what happened was I inked up the stamp, and I got ink on my block, and you don't want that to happen. So I'll have to clean that one in just a second. The inside of the card, I have ho, ho, ho. So we'll stamp those. Make sure you've got the blue on the left side. And ho, ho, ho. That's Mary. There it is. Ho, ho, ho. Ho, ho, ho. And then we will add that star image and the snowflake. So it's just like the other card we just made. That's one. And here's the other one. So I've got the blue on the left side. We'll open it up. Stamp ho, ho, ho. Oops. When I'm stamping on the card bases, I do make sure that I hold the stamp in a little bit longer because it needs to absorb the ink. It's not like our basic white. It's just a little bit different texture. So I always have a tendency to hold it like 1 or 2 seconds longer than I normally would. Okay, so that's the inside of that one. Then our envelope, which I stamped with the Santa and the reindeer. And I'll try to be really careful. I want him going up into the sky. And there's the second one. I think we're all done stamping. Now we just need to assemble. So I'll close up this ink pad. Oh, no, nope, 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 nope. Got to stamp the back of the card, right? Or the card bases. All right, so let me grab my stamp. Just turn it just a little bit so I can get it straight. Okay, now we're set. All right, so let me get that sample in front of me because definitely I'm going to need it. Okay, so like I said, I'm doing this my way because I was really having a hard time with the instructions. So what I thought it needed to do was, we're going to put this over top of that image. Okay, so we'll need to use our glue dots to do that. So we're going to find that one, and let me grab the other one. Okay, so we'll just use the take your pick tool, and we're going to just put these in the 4 corners and call it good. All right, so that's 4. And now we'll add 4 more. Okay, so then I'm going to just press my nail into those. And now let's just take these right off. That's 3 and 1 more. All right, so that one's all set. And let's just take these off. There's 1, 2, 3. I think the more you think about it, the harder it is. So just don't think about it and they come off so much easier. All right, so let me put this in my waste container. And now I'm going to try let's see. I'm gonna do it this way. So it's a rectangle. So this frame is not the same on all sides. It's not like a square, it's a rectangle. So I'm just kind of hover over. So what I'm looking at, trying to look at, is the top up here. All right, I'm just going to set it there for right now. Now I want to see how far this is compared to this. Now it looks like on the right side it's over a little bit more. So I'm gonna remove this and just kind of try to get it a little bit more to the left. So that means we had to pull up everything. Okay, let me just do it this way. Again, it's much harder to do on video than it is actually in person. Okay. That's not bad. And this happened before, so you can see that little blue there. We'll fix that. All right, we're going to do the same thing. I got this one. Okay, so now I'm going to take my paper snips and I'm just going to trim off that blue right here so we won't see it. Okay. Now we'll turn these over. We're going to use Stampin' Dimensionals on these. I'm actually going to put 5 on because the instructions said to put 4, but again, it buckled in the middle here. So that's why I always tell you guys, make sure you put one in the middle so it doesn't buckle. All right, so that's all 5, and we make sure that they're good and pressed down so they don't pull off when we take the backings off. We'll just grab our pointy side of the Take Your Pick tool and dig into those dimensionals, and you get them all on that pointer. All right, now we'll take our card bases and we're going to add this piece on. And I'm just gonna kind of put it, I'm looking at the top left and right side and trying to just put it on there equally. And then we'll do the same thing. Hey, Deb Franklin, I just saw that your name appeared there. Do you see I got spammed again. If you look in the comments, can you see if there's 3 little stars to the right and you can report them? Beautiful girls here. XOXOXO. I think you can report that spam. Maybe not when I'm live. I'm not really sure. If someone could give that a try, that'd be great. Let's report those spammers. Okay, so that is on there. It's not very straight, but that's okay. We are going to go with it. This is going to get slid underneath here. Okay, and then you want your dimensionals on the very bottom because you're already up high on the top side. And I find that we'll use half of the dimensional just because if you use the full one, it's gonna get in the way. So let me just grab my paper snips once again, and I'm just gonna cut some right up. And let me just cut some more here because I think I need to have 3. All right, so right on the bottom. And one more here. And then we will add this one. You know, another thing you could do, let me show you. Is, you know how we all have edges? It might be easier just to make a dimensional that's like 1/2 inch and put it in the middle there. Okay, let's take those backings off. Oops. All right, now we're going to slide this piece so the dimensionals are on the bottom here. We're going to slide this up and we're just going to put it on here. Oops. There we go. The same thing, slide it up under the frame. Oops, I'm going to make sure my dimensionals are on. Oops. I didn't put these on the lower bottom, so let me just take them off real quick and I can reapply them. They're super sticky. Okay. All right, so we slide it underneath the frame. Just a little bit, like 1/16 of an inch. Oops, gonna go to the right. Okay. Now we got to work with ho, ho, ho. All right, so again, we're gonna use the glue dots. And I'm just gonna find the area that has the most paper on the letters. I'm only gonna use 3. Okay, press them down. If you're coming on late, I'm working on the October paper pumpkin kit, which was called Ho Ho Ho. And it's a Christmas card kit. And, oops, there we go. It's been fun to make, even though I know I'm working with the glue dots and some of you guys are thinking, why don't you just use the liquid glue? It's because I want to get used to them. they're there for a reason, and I want to try to work with them the best I can to get better at that. Oh, wait a minute. This has the vellum. Hold on, I almost forgot the vellum pieces. Okay, so this is fun. The ho 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 go in red goes over the vellum that says, it doesn't say, well, it kind of says ho ho ho, but it doesn't have all the middles taken out. Okay, let me show you. There we go. Okay, I don't think I'm going to be able to cover up that boo-boo, but we'll see if we can. So again, we're just going to put this on over top. I love using vellum for backing a panel, or if you have some really bold designer series paper, you could put the vellum underneath like a panel or a die cut, and that will just soften it up. Okay, now I'm going to flip this over, and we have to put the glue dots, we have to hide them behind the paper here, or else you're going to see them. All right, that should be good there. Whoops, that one doesn't have the backing. Okay, now let's get these on. Okay, since I've got this one in my hands, I'm just going to add it right now. And I'm going to try to aim it up right here. And it could be at an kind of a weird angle, but I did a pretty good job covering up that early espresso. And that came, when I was stamping that, the block had ink on it, unfortunately. Come on. Okay. And let's pull in this one here. And we'll just angle it. Then we have a snowflake, and it looks like it's going to be the medium size. So I'm going to grab 2 of those. And I already have a glue dot on that one, so I'm just going to take one here. And that one came right off. Usually Paper Pumpkin does not have as many pieces to it, so I was really surprised at this one. I'll just slide that underneath here. Okay, now we just have the Santa Claus is coming to town, and we want to do the same thing. We want to put half of the dimensionals on the lower part so that it will be at the same height, and it will look better. So it'll look like it's level. So I'm just going to take my snips here and just cut off little pieces. And again, we're going to put them right at the bottom. And we got one more here. Come on. Okay. That one came right off. The sheet stuck to me. I guess I'm going to put that one right in that bin. Okay, so then we'll just, that one's backing's already off. These dimensionals are not, I don't think they're the same as what we get when we order dimensionals. They're a little bit higher in they're a little bit stickier than the normal ones, I think. Okay, so Santa Claus is coming to town. I'm going to slide this over. So I don't want it on the edge here because that would look kind of boring. We're going to just move it right in. Okay, so now that banner is at the same height of the striped one. And then this one's the same thing. Oh, shoot. Well, I put them on the wrong way. But you guys get the idea. I'm not going to pull them off. I'll fix this one later. Okay. So that is your card number 2. And the envelope that matches. Okay. One more card and we'll call it a night. This one's really fun. It's got the Santa, so let me put it in front of you guys. And I stamped the envelope with ho, ho, ho. Isn't that cute? All right, so let me grab my card bases and we'll get those burnished. I will look at comments after I get done these 2 cards just to see if you have any questions about Paper Pumpkin or maybe about donating cards to the holiday baskets, or in general if you have any kind of questions. Now we need those shaded spruce strips. Okay, so we're going to stamp on these, and it's such a long stamp that I had a problem stamping it, so I'm going to see if I can do a better job. Definitely a D block. That's not too bad. That one's better. Awesome. Okay. And let me just see what else I have to stamp. Okay, so in the inside was kind of fun. So let's open up this card here. We're going to find Mary. I haven't used that one yet. Like I said, I used 9 out of 11 of the stamps, which is great. Ooh, something's on there. Let me just clean that. Got my paper or my Stampin' Scrub off to the side here. Looks like it's just something. I don't know what that is, but I think I got it off. Maybe it's a back of a glue dot. I don't know if I have my... No, I don't. I don't have my... Oh, yes, I do. I'm going to try to fix it. So I've got my blender pen, and I'm just going to take a little bit of the early espresso and just go over that. And that's better than seeing a circle. Let me just get this. Yeah, that's better than seeing a circle. So blender pens can fix things. You do want to make sure that when you are done with it, that you kind of get some scrap paper and get that ink color out of there. Okay. All right, Christmas is next. And I want to slide this one over to the left a little bit more. And since I have this one, we're going to switch over to the stars. And then the snowflake. And then we'll flip it over. And we will stamp on the back. And then we will do the same thing with this card here. I like to mix and match stamps. Okay, Christmas, stars, and snowflake. Okay, the envelope, can't remember what I did with that one, so let me just check. Oh, we did ho, ho, ho. So let me grab those. Ho, ho, ho is right here. And we're just going to stamp it. And once again, stamp. Santa. Wait, I think I have to stamp. Yes, I have to stamp Santa. Oh boy. Let's see if I can do it. Okay. Santa, Santa, please be good to me. So again, I'm looking at the beard and the pom-pom, and I don't think I did it. Oh, that one's pretty bad. It's super hard to do this, you guys. If I could put my head over there, you don't want to see my head, but that one's better. I am going to take that white paper and I'm going to make a new Santa. And I can do this really quickly. Grab my dark cherry cobbler. And I'll grab the light cherry cobbler. Okay, we'll cap that, and then I'm gonna grab a flesh tone. Let's see, I'm gonna try a different, I don't know, let's see. Oh, what about ivory? Let me see what ivory looks like. Yeah, I'm gonna go with ivory this time. Just gonna go around the edges. Leave a little white space for the pink, which will be Flirty Flamingo. And we'll color his nose Flirty Flamingo as well. And I'm using the light Flirty Flamingo. Oops. There's Santa. The next part is just going to be fussy cutting him out. And that actually did not take too long. So hopefully you're still with me. If not, that's okay. You can come back and watch the replay. So let me just... This is the trickiest part, right around this area where you have to kind of go really slow. And up here. Reduce that paper down, be easier. If you are watching and you're part of my card club, it will ship, if nothing happens, overnight or tomorrow. It's going to ship on Monday. And you should have within 3 days. And if you're not on my card club, make sure you're on my email list so that you receive the information. I'm going to be using... oh, what is it? I've already got all the paper. Oh, right here. I'm going to take a shot at the Abigail Rose paper. And we'll see what we can get, but I have some great ideas for this. And I know you'll like them. So if you're not in my card club, you should be. And to get the information, I always have it on my website, inspiredbygraham.com. But I do send out the marketing as well. And that's going to be going out within the next week. So make sure you're on my email list. All right, this card actually goes very easy. So shouldn't take too long. As long as I don't miss, I don't lose anything. So we're going to go with 3 on the top. 3 on the bottom, and 1 in the middle. Okay, now we'll flip over and we're going to do this one. Same thing. 3 in the top, 1 in that middle, and 3 on the bottom. While we're at it, let's find the 2 Santas because they need dimensionals too. The J's need dimensionals. I'm changing it up. Can you see? I'm doing all my dimensionals. Grab those. There's 1 J. And we need the Y. And here's the other Y. And the other J. The Y's will need half of the dimensional. A full one will not fit. It will go over the edge. Okay, I've got some half pieces on the other sheet here. Whoops. And the J's should be okay. Barely okay, but it is. Oh, not at the bottom though. Let's use, I think we have to use a half for 1. Okay. What else do we need for dimensionals? I think that is it. Yes. All right, so let me go, oops, missed one down here. Let me just grab this one. Okay. Press them down. I missed that one too. Okay, we'll take these backings off. That one's good. That one's good. See, these things are really sticky. Ooh, see that? It just sticks. At least they'll stay on, that's right. They're sticky enough. They should never come off. All right. I'm running out of space. Trying to keep all of these on my piercing mat. Okay. All right, that one's good. And the last one. Okay, I think we used almost all those dimensionals. Okay, so let's grab our card base. And this die cut just gets put on the front. And since I've got this one, I'm just going to do the whole thing at once, just because it's going to be a little bit easier. We need the 'Tis the Season, and we need that stripe. Okay. Now this has to go on top of this little banner here. Okay. So what does that mean? We need some glue dots. So I'm going to put them on this banner because it's going to be easier. At least we'll know they're right on the edge. Hey, look at that. If you stab it like the dimensionals, the backing comes right off. I just learned something new. All right, next up is the banner, the stamped sentiment. And this is as long as the stripe, so just match up the edge. Okay. Okay. Then this here is going to go about a 1/2 of an inch up. And of course, we'll have to put some more of these glue dots on. If you wanted to pop it up, you could, but the Santa is in the words are popped up. So you would have to double stack those images and probably would not recommend that. Unless you like things to just come off your cards with lots of dimension. Sometimes I do double stack the dimensionals if I have to, but most of the time I don't. Okay, let me get rid of all these little backings here. Throw those out. Okay. So I'm just going to add this right about here. Actually, I need to bring it a little bit down. I don't want those words to go off the top. Okay. Then I'm going to grab the Santa. And I'm going to place Santa right about here. And his beard is a real hot mess now. Looks like I got ink on there. Then the Y. I want to bring that right over the edge of the shaded spruce banner. And find the J. And this one goes right on the edge. Okay. The snowflakes, I kind of put them on last. So I know exactly where they can be. So looks like we need 1 large and 2 of the smalls. Okay, so what you can do, oh boy, we're not going to have many glue dots left. It's because I've used more than what they want you to use. Now, if you happen to put the glue dot on the wrong side, don't worry about it. It just won't have that shimmer. It'll still be white, but I wouldn't worry about it. All right, I'm going to take these off and add them to the card as I do that. So I'm going to, I don't actually like how they were underneath. So this is why I'm putting, another reason why I'm putting them on last is because I want them on the very top. So I'm going to strategically put them so I'm not covering up the word tis. And then this one is going to just go up there. Doesn't really matter. And the other one is going to go on top of the shaded spruce. And I'm going to put it up this way. Just make sure it doesn't go over the edge because then it will damage in your envelope. So sneak it over. Okay, isn't that cute? And we'll complete the next one and then we will be done. 9 cards. Okay, where is that die cut? I've done so well not losing anything. There it is. Okay, all right. I haven't lost anything tonight. I'm so shocked. This one should go pretty quickly. See, once you get all the pieces ready, it's just really so quick. 2 more. There we go. Phew. That is it for all of our paper pumpkin cards, and I completed October's paper pumpkin. So let's take a recap. I'm gonna try to clean up my desk the best I can, and we will take one more look at these cards. They're so much fun. So we have, I'm gonna put the best one on the top because it really smudged up his beard. Okay, so there's the 3. Actually, I'll just do this. It'll become easier. Santa with a joy. And then we have the ho, ho, ho. 3 of those. And then we have, way over on my other side there, the Merry Christmas. So here's one with these beautiful envelopes. This is the one that has the Winka Stella on it. Okay, so I'm gonna just make sure I'm in the camera so you guys can see everything. We got ho, 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 Merry Christmas, enjoy, 'tis the season to be jolly. And then of course we have our matching envelopes. So we have the blue ones over here, which I don't know if you're gonna see them all. It's really hard to see. And this one, I'll put these this way because we're going to run out of space. And then ho, ho, ho. All right, what do you guys think? What's your favorite? Ho, 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 Merry Christmas or joy? Write it in the comments. And I'm going, while you're doing that, I'm going to clean up my area here. I'll give you guys a second to comment. And I'm going to actually go back and look and see if there's any questions. All right. Okay. Yep. Oh, beautiful girls here. Beautiful girls here. Mwah, mwah. Oh, boy. Thanks, Lynn. Love that Santa. It is so cute. It's the best paper pumpkin kit you've had. Yeah, it is fun. There's a lot of components to it, but this would be really fun to do with kids, honestly. All right, Debbie, you did. You reported them. Thank you so much. And you did, Lynn. Thanks so much. I also blocked them. Thank you, thank you, thank you. They're all nice, but I like the joy. So it looks like Joy's winning. We have 3 joys. This one right here. I think this is my favorite too. They're all pretty cute, but I think it's the Santa that's actually, my eyes are just going to Santa on both of these cards. All right, so just to recap, let's see. Let me grab my papers here. So if you're interested in Paper Pumpkin, here is, let me just kind of go off to the side. Let's put a Santa on the top so we can see Santa. Look at this stack of cards. It's crazy. There's 9 here, and there's so many embellishments on them. Like, it's very, very tall. Okay, look at this stack of cards. All right, so we've got some Christmas cards, and we have all the envelopes. So these are all ready to go to the holiday baskets. So if you're interested in holiday baskets and supporting the fundraiser that I am, it's not a fundraiser, it's a 350 card, Christmas card project. So my team, some members of my team and myself are creating Christmas cards, and members on my team, Debbie and Louise and Teresa, myself so far, and we're going to get to 350 by December 5th. And if you would like to join in on the fun, let me know. You'll have to email me so I can send you the constant contact link to join, and then just answer a questionnaire. I just need to know how many you are making, and your mailing address so I can send you a thank you card later, and just provide you a little bit of information. So again, if you want to join Paper Pumpkin, it's here, my address. Let me just zoom in. You can take a screenshot of it if you would like to. That's my demonstrator ID, so you can order the Paper Pumpkin directly through me. And if you are not working with a current demonstrator, Stampin' Up!, I'd love to earn your business, and I'm offering a Thanksgiving is for Thankfulness special, and it's running from the 23rd of November to the 30th. Using this host code, which is HRNHF9B6. And purchases of $35 or more will receive the red rhinestones, which are right here. Very pretty. We can use it for Christmas, Valentine's Day. And then the ribbon, which is down here, can be used for Christmas, St. Patrick's Day, or Valentine's. Okay, and it's going to be carried over, which is really nice. So that is, if you purchase $35, you'll get those. If you purchase $100 or more, you're going to get both embellishments, and I'll get those out. As soon as I see your order come through with a host code, I'm going to get those ready to mail, because I know you're going to need them for Christmas cards. So if you're interested in anything, you can always email me. My new email address, is take note, is Karen@inspiredbygraham.com. So I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. Some of you may be just eating turkey, depending on what time zone you are living in. But we had ours, and I need to go have a snack because we ate at 2 o'clock. And I only had breakfast and a little, and I had a huge turkey dinner. We think I would be full, but I just need a little bit more maple pie. All right, I will be back here on YouTube with a taped craft fair farmers market tutorial for you, and I will try to remember to mass produce maybe 5 to 10, because the next project I'm working on, I want it to not be like an hour long, so I might just show you how to mass produce 5 at a time. But I think you'll enjoy it, and it will make a great Christmas present. So thanks for watching, and I hope you guys have a great evening and a nice weekend. All right.